So today's topic is mind control and topic of marketing. I wanted to start this with mentioning that today, as you see, there's plenty of books on marketing, how to influence people, and plenty of mind control things in order to sell better. So, nothing wrong with this per se. It's used all the time. But the problem is that when people with unhealthy, exploitative agendas are starting to use it. And imagine if the normal marketing techniques, they are known to anybody. Just read the book, and it's out there. When there's more more subtle and more efficient techniques are not perhaps so spoken about. And certainly you wouldn't expect they are being used against you. And you can see many times how certain products, even if they're not the best, the companies convinced you to buy it. And then later on you realized, the product was not so good, Well, people don't make connections in general that some people with very twisted minds use the same techniques. And that these techniques can be happening on a very global scale. Through television, different medias, things are switching more into the, say, internet and spreading the news there. And people have realized, that social media is very efficient. I mean, arguably, this is how Trump got elected, through the help of social media, It was a whole scandal about it, So you can see, how you can find the influencers everywhere and how people literally achieve their agendas through this way. So it's very important to mention that this can be going on any level, and that you will only find out later on when it's too late. You see, if you, but this is beyond the point if you like Trump or not. He got elected apparently based on that. I mean, there are hardcore consequences of these actions. So anyway, when you look back through time, there are many times that products, services have been pushed in pretense that they are good for us. I remember apparently even cigarettes, quite a few decades ago now, have been initially even marketed by doctors, how they're smoking cigarettes and it's actually good for you and so on, And companies behind it, what do you think their motivation was? To make you healthy, And if you look at how pharmaceutical industry works, they make money based on you, So clearly they will be motivated to make more money. That's why they exist, to get more money for their narrower group that profits from it on your expense, through the help of marketing. So then obviously, what do? You hire some influencers. Like today you hire influencers as well, to convince more people to do what you want. And influencers, who are the big influencers, look at celebrities, they have so much power because people like them for whatever reason. They just see a celebrity, they like them for whatever reason because they can relate to them or not relate to them, but they like something about them and they don't see it in themselves, and they see it in celebrity, They think there's these gods, We used to worship gods, now it's celebrities. And they have immense power, And if they use certain products, what are you going to do, They make it look cool, like they did with cigarettes, Wow, you have this imprint image of James Dean smoking that cigarette, and you're like, wow, I want to be like that, because you feel like you're not, feel like you're less. So obviously this can and is used against you. And against you because these people that are using these techniques quite covertly, and sometimes not even so covertly, because the more you push something into somebody's eyes, the more you say, like, okay, so they thought about it, so it must not be that bad if they're admitting there could be some problems, and so on. There are many techniques how you get convinced, and then later on you will be even propagating their ideas, because you pretty much get brainwashed, And I've been studying the hypnosis a while ago, and it's, they use all these principles, and you are helpless against it. Unless you know how techniques work, how they work, and unless you know how people behind these techniques think and what they want, you will not make connections. You'll just think it's gradual, it's not so concerning. You will dismiss anything that is very concerning. That's all part of the marketing, And this reminds me of this analogy of frog and the water. You must have heard of it, but it's such a great analogy to explain what's going on, And if you haven't, it goes like this, If you have a pot full of hot water and you throw a frog in it, the frog will jump out because it's too much, and it will just want to save itself as soon as possible, flood or fight, just jump out. However, what marketers use is they put the water like a normal temperature, and you put the frog in, and the frog, if she likes she or he, whatever, likes the temperature, it will slowly enjoy it, it will not do anything, it will just stay in there. And you can gradually start to heat the water, and the water will gradually become warmer. So what the frog does is accommodates to this new temperature. Like humans, we are very adaptable. As long as you don't do it too fast, and you do it slowly, you will accept things, because okay, it's not that bad. Then the temperature will get a bit warmer. You're like, okay, it's a bit warmer, but give it some time on this temperature, and you will adapt, and you will successfully survive, the first heat wave, And so do humans, you just push them a little bit. We are unbelievably adaptable beings. We just use it in the wrong way, that we adapt to hardships when we don't have to, and when we don't see that what caused the hardships from the beginning. So nevertheless, you can imagine the more you heat up the water, the more difficult it is going to be to adapt, but easier in a sense because it's gradual. And if you heat up this water to the degrees where it was, from the first frog when it jumped out to that temperature, what do you think will happen to a frog? It will adapt to the point that you won't even notice it's killing it. At the end, it will kill it. Because you start to boil the water and the frog is being cooked. So it's such a great analogy to show what is happening in the world with people and certain groups of people that have a lot of power doing to you. In fact, all my videos are about to try to show you this gradual process and how the mind doesn't really believe that something big could possibly be happening until it's too late, And as these techniques are used against you, I think it's urgent that people study and learn really how, especially mind control. If you learn about mind control, how it is, and see how it is used against you, you will start make conclusions and actions to say enough, and you will jump out of that pot before it's too late. So, yeah, please do your own research. It's urgent, more urgent now than ever, And yeah, as you study this, also don't forget, enjoy your days, It's wonderful to be a human sometimes, you know. And yeah, make yourself a great day. Take care.